Welcome to She Coaches Coaches. I'm your host, Candy Motzek, and I'm going to help you find the clarity, confidence, and courage to become the coach that you are meant to be. If you're a new coach, or if you've always wanted to be a life coach, then this is the place for you. We're going to talk all about mindset and strategies and how to, because step by step only works when you have the clarity, courage, and confidence to take action. Let's get started. Hello, friends. How are you guys today? Welcome to this episode of She Coaches Coaches. This is one of the episodes that I'm batching. I'm batching some episodes so that I can work ahead. I've got some big plans that I'm creating for you. And by recording a bunch of episodes at one time, it gives me time to focus and get really productive on these new projects I'm working on. I'm not quite ready yet to share them with you. And if you're listening, jump onto my email list because then you're going to be the first to hear all about it. My email list is the fastest way to get all of my updates firsthand. I'll put the link in the episode notes for my free resource library. It's called the Coaches Online Business Academy. Click the link, enter your name, create your account. It's going to take you a minute tops. Then you'll be part of my VIP group. You'll get access to all the free PDFs, workbooks, checklists, videos. They're all stored there. And you'll be first in line for all the new goodies that I've got coming your way. Also, I'm continuing my experiment. This podcast sometimes feels like it's one way. It's just me talking to you. And I want to do my best to try and turn it into a discussion. So here's how. I want to hear from you. And I've made it easy. DM me at Candy Motzek on Instagram and tell me what you want to learn about. Share your ideas with me for more podcast episodes. Tell me where you could use some guidance. Share where you get stuck or confused. Tell me where you need help with your clarity, and I'll respond. Yes, I read every DM personally and respond. And if your topic is something that I think is going to help a larger audience, I'll even do a podcast episode on it. Then I'll dedicate the episode to you. I'll be sure to do a shout out on social, and in the episode, I'll make sure to shout out for you as well. So that's it. Send me a DM at Candy Motzek. That's CandyMotzek, and tell me what you'd like to hear. Okay, that's it for the updates. Now, let's dive into today's episode. There are 4 common sticking places where coaches often get stuck. And these are 4 big time wasters that hold you back. They hold you back from being a successful coach. Be warned, some of this episode is going to be a little bit of tough love, but I'm being honest. I'm giving you my perspective, and I'm hoping that because I've had experience, you can learn from me instead of learning from yourself the hard way. And because I know there are clients out there waiting for you to help them, I know that when you spend time on that fiddly stuff and waste your time, I know that you're just holding yourself back because you're nervous. And those clients have to keep waiting. We all get nervous. You get nervous, and I do too. Every time we're doing something new, it's going to be a stretch. And your brain is going to want to try and keep you safe. It wants to try and stop you from making a decision and stop you from taking anything that it perceives might be a risk. Today's episode is all about action. And I encourage you to make some decisions right now, right during this episode. You'll know if you want this to be the little push that you've been waiting for to stop procrastinating and second guessing yourself. So here are the 4 common time wasters that I see new coaches make. The first one, what should I call my business, or what should I name my business? You might be thinking that that is really important. And let me be straight with you. It's not. If you've spent more than a week wondering if it should be your name or a perfect business name, you've been waiting too long. This is what I hear. I hear this from you guys. Should I call my business a purposefullife.com or should I call it the purposefullife.com? One has a better ring to it, don't you think? Another way I hear it sounds like this. Should I call my business purposefully fulfilled and core values.com or your purposefully fulfilled mission.com? Now, you guys know I'm kind of joking with you a little bit, but really there is a lot of truth to this. So often we get super, super granular on these words. We try to get it just perfect. And really, it doesn't make a difference. You wonder, should you spend days and weeks trying to figure out the perfect client name instead of coaching people? So if this is where you've been spending time in an area that is never going to create clients, is not going to move your business forward, then you've been wasting your time. And honestly, nobody really cares what your business name is. They just want to know if you can help them. I always recommend using your name. Don't use a fancy title. That's a mistake that I made. And you'll see my website at stepintosuccessnow.com, but I also have candymotzek.com forwarded to that domain. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Learn from my mistakes. So if your name is Jane Smith, janesmith.com is perfect. Now, if you really don't want to use your full name, maybe it's difficult to spell or it's very long, I suggest you try using this, just your first name and coaching.com. So what I mean by that is if your first name is Jane, your website could be janecoaches.com or catherinecoaches.com. It's simple, easy to say, and easy to spell. And if you tell somebody that your website is catherinecoaches.com, it's going to be quick and easy for them to type it in and find it. Then go ahead and create your social media platforms under the same name. Keep it consistent. See how simple it can be, right? Okay. Now, if you have been second guessing yourself for a while, this episode, you can make your decision now. So go now and register your name as a domain name and use it. Then DM me and celebrate your progress. Second time waster, this question, how much should I charge? Listen, this is your business. And I know you want to get it just right, but there is no perfect amount to charge. You never know exactly the perfect number because it doesn't exist. What do you want to charge your first paying clients? It's only a number and you get to decide. On Facebook, in some of these online coaching groups that I'm part of, I see people searching everywhere for clients for $10 a session. They've chosen that number because they're feeling kind of desperate and maybe a bit unsure of themselves. They need clients, and either way, maybe they need them for a certification program. Maybe they're just doing anything they can possibly think of to start getting coaching clients. And all of this is because they don't think anybody is going to pay them for coaching. They're in that place of lack and desperation. I want you to know there is a market for every price point, and I mean every price point. Sure, there are some new coaches charging $10 a session, and there are coaches charging $200,000 for a year's worth of coaching for one person. You're right. There is a market and a price for every coach and every client. You just get to choose yours. Now, if you haven't invited anyone to be your client because you're just not sure how much to charge, it's time to decide. You're going to choose a number, and you can even do it today. I know this might make you feel like throwing up. You don't need to do any more research. Your time is now, and I know you can do it. All these decisions that seem so big, so insurmountable when you're just starting out, all they do is drain your energy. And when you worry about how much to charge or what do you call your coaching business, It really just drains you and leaves you with so much less energy to create clients, coach people, and create something that you love. So let's get you moving and doing the thing that you want to do. So now it's your turn. Choose a number that feels reasonable. Don't choose a number that you'll resent after the first couple of coaching calls. You're a trained coach with a lifetime of experience and skills and talents, and you bring all of that to your clients. So choose your number. What is it? Okay, look in the mirror and say it to yourself. How does it feel? Would you feel resentful if you're coaching for such a tiny amount? Or do you kind of freak out and think, nobody's going to pay me that much? You might need to tweak it a little bit. You might need to make it a little bit higher or a little bit lower until you can look at yourself in the mirror and pretend that you're actually saying it to a potential client and feel stretched, a little uncomfortable, but okay. It might even sound something like this if you're a brand new coach. Imagine that somebody says to you, hey, I'd love to coach with you. How do I do that? Okay, here's an example of an answer that you could use. Sure, if you'd like to work together, my package is $500 for 6 sessions. Do you see that? One sentence, not a lot of drama, not a lot of emotion, not a lot of stumbling over the numbers. You might need to practice to feel at ease like that. Now, if some time has passed, you've chosen a number and you've been practicing, but somehow you're still feeling icky, spend some time with your journal. Describe the value of coaching. What is the result of somebody coaching with you? How do they grow? What do they gain? What can they do because of coaching? Go back and listen to episode 55. What is the value of coaching? If you need some help answering this question. So tell me, how long have you been putting that decision off? Yeah, okay. Today can be your day. Pause this audio and decide right now. Decide and put this decision behind you. All right. Have you decided? Good for you. If you haven't quite decided yet, give yourself a deadline. No more than 48 hours to make this decision, and then be proud of the progress you've made. Time waster number 3, asking this question. I can't decide. Should I charge by the session or charge by the package? This is another common worry. Again, you're probably a high performer and you're used to having it all together. You're used to being good at what you do. And this might be the very first time that you've done something new like this, having your own business. I bet you've got no problem planning and running projects, staffing projects, talking to your team, holding meetings, approving budgets and purchase orders for thousands of dollars. And here you are, feeling like a beginner, second guessing yourself, wondering whether you should charge by the session or create a mini package. Pause for a second and remember who you are. Yeah, who you are. And if you can find a little sense of humor here, find your perspective, have a little bit of a laugh. You're an accomplished adult. You're somebody special. You can handle this. I know that I had to remind myself just like this too when I was first getting started. I had all these same questions and worries, but then I remembered I used to prepare and run budgets in the millions of dollars. I used to drive a team. We used to oversee thousands and thousands of square feet of real estate. And I'm not telling you this to boast. I'm telling you this because I used to have a big corporate job. And then there was me wondering what to call my company, wondering how much I should charge, and wondering if I should charge by the session or the package. It was really funny in hindsight. So if that sounds like you, you get to figure it out. And if you're still unsure, let me tell you the answer. It's always create a package, a group of sessions where you can coach people over a series of weeks or months. because the value in coaching isn't something that you can measure session by session. It accumulates. Some people will grow fast. Others might get stuck after a couple of sessions. Your role is to decide what will help them best. How long do you think? 6 sessions, 8 sessions, 10 sessions? You get to decide. Plus, when you create a package, it is so much less administrative work for you. You don't want to spend all this time sending out little invoices and tracking payments. You're a coach. Let's get you spending more of your time coaching and having an impact. And finally, the fourth big time waster that holds you back from being a successful coach is this question. What social media platform should I use? Or should I use them all? Now, listen, you're a coach and coaches coach their clients. Yeah, there's a lot of coaches who do a wonderful job of creating clients, finding clients, attracting clients, engaging them, and connecting with them on social media. But we forget that social media is just a tool. It is not the end in and of itself. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter whether you get 0 likes or 10 likes on that post. What matters is that you use that tool to reach your client. And if you hate social media, you don't have to use it. There are other ways. I recommend less time posting randomly and frequently, and more time posting simply, consistently, and being really mindful, sharing content that actually talks to the people that you can help. As a new coach, your goal is to get your first paying clients, and then your next, and then your next. This first hurdle, the one where you move from just dreaming about being a coach to becoming a paid coach, is a milestone. Let's get you over that hurdle as quick as possible. So if you want to create paying clients, you want to coach them, you want to help them, you only need to do a few things. First, you got to talk to people. And then you got to find out how you can help them. Then offer to help them. Did you notice that none of those steps say social media anywhere? They say talk to people, listen, and think about them, and then invite them to work with you. Now, don't get me wrong. Social media can be very important. It can be a great component of your marketing plan. Budget your time wisely. If you're spending way more time creating fancy memes and graphics than you are on those 3 steps of talking to people, finding out how you can help them, and inviting them to work with you, then you're probably spending too much time on social and not enough time creating clients. I highly recommend that you choose one social media platform. Constrain yourself. Choose a platform where the people that you know, the ones that you'd love to coach, where they spend their time. If it's LinkedIn, go with LinkedIn. If it's Instagram, choose Instagram. Specialize on this one platform. And once you get good at it and you're starting to build your business, then you can branch out to those other platforms if you want to. All right, that's it for today, guys. Let's wrap it up. The 4 places new coaches often waste their time are this. Number 1, what should I call my business? Number 2, how much should I charge? Number 3, do I charge by the session or do I charge by the package? And number 4, what social media platform should I use, or should I use them all? I so appreciate that you guys are here and that you're part of my community. And I trust that you are applying this stuff too. If you hadn't made these decisions yet, go back, rewind, make them today. Don't let them hold you back any longer from becoming a paid coach who can help their clients. And remember, I want to hear from you guys. Send me a DM with ideas for future episodes. Send me a DM with ideas for how you're going to create your package, what your business name is, the decisions that you've made from this episode. I would love to hear from you. My clients are go-getters, and many of them have wanted to become a coach for weeks, months, or even years before they got started. If this is your time sign up for my free resource library, the Coaches Online Business Academy. There's lots of free help there waiting for you right now. And the link is in the episode notes. So go on and sign up today. And if you want more help, maybe you want to find out about working more closely with me, click the link in the episode notes to find out how to apply. And I'll be back to talk with you guys next week. Thanks again for listening today. Please hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Also, I would love to hear from you. Did something that I say resonate? What else would you like to learn about? Click the link in the player and leave a comment on the post. This is going to give me great ideas for future episodes so I can help you best. Join me again next week for more coaching, support, and teaching to help you become the confident coach you are meant to be.